Welcome back for a new top 5 must play list. This time, checking out, in my opinion, top 5 must play original Xbox Star Wars games. So, if you are a fan of the prequel era, I think this is a list you'll probably enjoy quite a bit. Especially given we are talking about strictly Star Wars games on the original Xbox. As the Xbox had something like 16 or so Star Wars games released on it, one of the biggest of any console. So, original Xbox was great for Star Wars fans, especially people that are fans of the expanded universe. With that said, coming in at number 5 is more one that I do think if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, and most of these are relatively very affordable, keep in mind. But if you're looking for a fun experience and you like jet fighting style games, number 5 might be some you enjoy. Coming at number 5 is Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition, which has a few additional things that the original version did not have. Now, not all the consoles got the Special Edition. Xbox is one of them that did. Of course, Platinum Hits version. But if you like jet fighting style like games overall, then I would say you will enjoy this quite a bit, and you can find this very affordable. I mean, you could easily find this game for probably under $10, so it's definitely economically probably one of the most feasible games to pick up just because of the price tag. But if you're gonna get Starfighter, get the special edition, which has a few extra features and added additions that the original version did not have. As it says, like, includes new bonus levels as well as two-player modes. So yeah, you can like do a co-op or versus. Of course, also optimize for Xbox, as you did get better quality overall when it comes to Xbox. That's one thing. A lot of games definitely did play better presentation wise and performance wise. Coming in at number 4. A lot of people may be surprised to know, but I will say, arguably, Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith game is top tier. It is legit great, as is the movie. Mentally biased because Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars film of all time. But it is a lot of fun to play the game. Plus, it even has like a special like versus mode in it, where you could play specific characters and up to 2-player, which is one of the things that makes this game honestly a lot of fun. And I think more people, honestly, for being a tie-in game, it actually is legit good. I will argue it's probably the best Star Wars tie-in game of all time. But to each their own, but still. And you can get this very affordable. I mean, you can easily find this under $20, no problem. And most of these games I would say you could find for $20 or less. So consider this very affordable. And some of these games are also backwards compatible, thanks to, of course, updates and stuff. You can play some of these games on the Xbox One or Series X, so just a heads up. Coming in at number 3. If you love action games, you can't go any better than the original Star Wars Battlefront games, but Battlefront II had a lot of really cool additional stuff in it. Technically, some of the missions never actually happened in the games, keep in mind. But with that said, still, it is great amount of fun just to get to play different eras of Star Wars, get to play different characters, and plus, if you are a fan of this era of Star Wars, it's definitely probably one of the best games to play, especially if you like third-person action games. Of course, like you see, you have 16 different new locations you can play in. You can also play as a Jedi, as well as in like space flight missions, as well as many other things. There is definitely a variety of different levels and missions to play in Battlefront. The original Battlefront games are still, I think, top tier. However, coming in at number 3 is easily one of probably the best shooters Star Wars has ever had. Coming in at number 2, must plays, I have to say, Star Wars Republic Commando, which did get a remaster, which I would say just pick up the remaster. It's going to play probably a little better though. This still plays at solid 60 frames per second. In fact, pretty much all these Star Wars games had good performance overall on the original Xbox. But if you want to see how it was like in the day-to-day life, basically, of the clone troopers, this is a great game. Plus, if you're a big fan of just first-person style shooters, this is definitely the Star Wars game for you. I feel this game is somewhat underrated, honestly, and is still very affordable. Like I said, digging remaster, which might as well just pick that up as it's on all modern consoles. Play it on Xbox One, play it on PS4 or Switch. But with that said, yeah, Republic Commando is a must-try game. And coming in number 1, it's a tie for both Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic games. Like I've said before, this is arguably my personal favorite era of Star Wars, is the Old Republic era, because of all the different characters introduced throughout different games as well as books. And Old Republic is just fun, whether it be Darth Malak, whether it be Darth Nihilus, as well as other characters introduced in the games. Of course, the always awesome, kick-ass Revan. Whether it goes by Revan or Darth Revan. You also, of course, have the Sith Emperor in this era. You have Lord Scourge, Darth Nihilus, which is mentioned in other stuff like Old Republic MMO game. But this was a great era. This was the golden age, in my opinion, for BioWare. Was the era of Jade Empire and the Knights of the Old Republic games. And for a lot of people also, the early days of course, the Mass Effect games. But for me, you can't go much better, Star Wars-wise, than the Old Republic games. The stories are great, and the fact you could choose light or dark pathways. Plus, again, to see a different era you may have never experienced before of Star Wars. This is, in my opinion, the golden era of Star Wars. Really, the 2000s was the best era to be a Star Wars fan, whether it be the prequel movies, as I am a die-hard fan of the prequels, or it be the Star Wars novels, or the Star Wars video games. But the 2000s was, I think, the best decade ever in Star Wars. But with that said, leave a comment below and tell me your thoughts. Do you agree? Was the 2000s the best era of Star Wars? And also agree that the prequels deserve way more love than they get. Also, I am a big fan of the whole belief of possibly Darth Jar Jar. Always been a pretty big fan of that whole idea. It would be awesome, and the fact it was recognized in one of the Star Wars Lego games is really awesome. But with that said, I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully enjoyed the music in the background from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. See you again soon. Stay safe out there.